Wife of Pople Farm and Ruthie, my dear wife. We're just relaxing on the back porch and talking about things that are going on in the yard and things we've done on my vacation and things I didn't get done on my vacation, which there was quite a bit.
If the camera looks a little wonky, we gotta fix our tripod.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's kind of off, but oh well.
So, Clay is exhausted.
I've done my bucket gardening. We put in celebrity tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, slicing cucumbers, burpless cucumbers, and two types of peppers. We put in the yellow sweet banana peppers, and we put in cubanella, which are a Italian cooking pepper, which they're a sweet pepper too. They look a lot like a bell pepper, but they're a little longer, probably about 6 to 8 inches long. And we're going to try those because we like to freeze peppers and onions, and we'll use those. We can get bell peppers at the food auction, rarely cheap, so there's no sense putting in things that you can get cheap. We're putting in things that cost a little bit. I like the yellow banana peppers for pickling. For my, well, you've seen the yellow peppers that you put on sandwiches and things. Well, that's what I want to do. I've been busy with we're propagating some plants for the yard. We bought some gooseberries and some elderberries last season, and we had one gooseberry survive and one elderberry survive when we first put them in the ground. So what we're going to do is I took cuttings from the gooseberry and we're going to try transplanting those. And as far as the elderberries, I can take cuttings, but we found a nursery close by that has already started plants, so we're just going to buy a couple of elderberry plants and put them in next to the one we've got, so that'll give us 3. And if I need to make more, I can just take cuttings off and those 3. All right, what else have we had? We have turkey eggs in the incubator.
Horseradish is growing crazy.
Horseradish is really growing crazy.
It's like a tree.
Well, it's not like a tree, it's a bush.
It's a bush. We
got a lot of flowers on it. We're going to do some transplanting on that.
I gotta do.
You got one hell of a do, girl.
It's because I got that punchy thing in my hair. It's making it look all really weird. I guess I can't wear my
We did some honey.
I tried to dress up guys. Go ahead. Yeah, we did some.
I went to work and some of the people at work bought honey from me. I sold 19 pounds.
In like a day.
Yeah, 19 pounds in one day.
And then we still have a ton more to honey.
I still got, I think there's like 15 pounds left.
Yeah, we didn't really put any.
I still have to empty out some of the beehives too, because they're getting honey bound.
We didn't even advertise it out to the public yet because we have such a demand that we haven't.
We
want to make sure we fill all the other people.
Local orders got to go first. So.
Well, yeah, the people all the people that wanted it last year and stuff. We want to make sure everybody's got their honey.
A lot of them kept asking me if I had honey all winter, and it's like you don't draw honey in the winter unless you're down south, maybe.
Yeah, right. And I've been crocheting like crazy. Crochet. Every time we go out, it's like I need to see yarn.
But I used if you saw some of our past videos, I used my cement mixer that I bought special for the garden, mixing soil. I used that. We had our garden in, and I had all the work done in just about a day, and we planted in just about a day. So
we also too have been doing things because our electric is getting redone.
Yeah.
So we had to like.
The electric box has probably been in this house for 40, 50 years.
Well,
so
we did.
Got to redo it.
We didn't hear from the first guy. We waited and waited and waited and waited.
3 weeks.
So finally we got another guy that he's supposed to come out this week.
Yep.
So, well, we gave the first guy, we're waiting
Gave
for the
him 3
estimate.
weeks and
We kind of figured, well, I guess he doesn't
apparently
like the
didn't want
bees.
to do. Apparently didn't want to do the job.
So we had to find somebody different,
So we're just sitting out back waiting for the rain. It's supposed to start raining at 7 o'clock tonight, and it's already 10 after.
Well, he also made seafood bisque.
Yeah, I made seafood bisque. I didn't have all the right seafood. I mean,
I told him he did, and
She
he's
told
like,
me I did, so I bought the cream and all the milk and everything I needed for the bisque, and all
And
we
he gets
all
there.
we end up having was the crawfish tails.
he almost looked like he got stung by a bee, but no, he saw a cat. My dog's out there. Every time he sees a cat, he goes nuts.
No, I think he just got stung by a bee.
He does things like eats bees.
Well, he snaps at him. He can't snap at him.
So I don't know if that's what happened or not, but
The way he was chasing his tail, I think he
was
got
like,
stung.
so
No, he's got that thing wrapped up around his tail.
I'll go check on him.
Come on!
Come on, Branch.
Come on!
I'll go check on him. You keep talking to everybody. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go get my dog.
Come on, boy!
Oh, got him.
He's got the leash wrapped
Yes,
around
I
his
just-
tail. That's what he was yipping about. Oh, it's off there now. I think he was chasing the cat. Dogs. Come on.
Keep talking.
Well, let's talk. Ruthie came up missing earlier. She's out on the back porch crocheting, and he was going crazy. The cat was
Got the
on my
dog.
lap. The dog was on my lap. And he kept jumping up to see where she was.
The dog.
I said, well, I thought maybe she was in the bathroom or something. And 20 minutes went by. Half hour went by. It's like, where is she?
The
So I
dog
said, I
thinks
better
he
get
owns me.
I better get up and check on her in case she fell and got hurt or something. And I got up and she's out here crocheting and leaving me with the animals. And I'm not much for cats and dogs. I like them, but I can live without them.
But I love
I'm more of a
animals.
bird person.
And tell them about my pigeons.
And the pigeons hatched out 2 babies today, too.
We have a lot going on. We went to church today, which is always good. We have a really nice church, and I guess we're going to talk about creation. They're going to have some kind of biologist come next week. And I think he got stung. He keeps chasing his tail. It's really weird.
No, he's getting ready to...
Oh, forget it.
Going in circles, doing his business.
Don't do your business on the parking lot.
Don't do it on the leash, either.
He doesn't. He's pretty clean.
Well, he's not clean. Didn't clean it up.
So, but he's a good doggy. I'd have him in the picture right now, but
I'm
he's
getting
all
tired.
wound
It's been a
up.
long day today.
So we've had a lot going on here. Probably a lot more than.
Running into the end of my vacation.
And this has not been the ideal vacation, just chaotic.
Everything going on.
Everything that can imagine went on. So that's
A lot of drama.
well, just
A lot of drama. You have to admit.
well, we'll say is
It wasn't our drama.
it wasn't our drama.
It was everybody else's drama.
But that's life, and you just pray and
On
look
both,
up.
both sides of the coin.
Both sides of the coin.
Her side of the coin and my side of the coin. There was
It's
drama.
just life, big
Everybody-
families.
everybody
And,
had
someone's worried about this one, someone's worried about that one. I just say, we'll pray, we'll pray, we'll pray, we'll pray. Because what else can you do? When the Bible says, when you're done, I'll stand. He's chasing
Max.
Max, our cat. Her name is
Maxine.
Maxine. She's the girl, and then we have
Olive.
Olive,
And the male cat Shadow.
Shadow.
He's got a big mouth.
What happened? No, I think that Olive's mouth is bigger. Well,
All he does, I
the
don't know.
male cat, he just
He
meow.
just all day long if you let him.
If you go by him, he just meow, and he's beautiful cat, but he's loud. But he's just funny.
He'll wake you up in a sound sleep just to go in it, but at least he wakes you up to go out.
And talking about family drama, which isn't a bad thing, 'cause it wasn't a bad thing, but we took our grandson's kitten, and we thought it was, well, they said, a 3-month-old kitten. But she went
Less
in the
than
heat
3
like the
months.
next week.
She wasn't 3 months old, let me tell you that.
And so we think we're going to have kittens, but that's okay because
No,
we
it's
got,
not okay.
well, it is what it is. We have lots of people that love kittens, so we won't have a problem. But still, it was
Wish that
like,
rain would start.
oh, I know. It's been cloudy all day, too. Is it going to be nice tomorrow?
No, it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow.
Okay.
That's why I went to get my clippings today so that I could get them in the... We had a bunch of extra buckets of dirt from my garden, so I put them in big planters, and just in case we wanted to plant something else, something later. But it's all been through the mixer because some of the buckets were very brittle. Like I told them before, if you can get the buckets, get them where they're the kind of rubberized buckets. They're so much easier to work with. The flimsy plastic ones, the sun deteriorates them and they just break right up in your hands. So. And these buckets, we've had this garden for about 4 years now with the same buckets. So I mean, you can use them, but
Well, plastic outside.
the sun just deteriorates the plastic. You're better off just using them for 2 seasons and replace them.
Sometime too, we might do a live stream. We're gonna see how that goes. Just, I don't know. You can always ask us questions. Sometimes we're just
busy.
Well, sometimes people don't like to be committed to a live stream. They like to come whenever, and that's another thing. Because sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes I can watch a live stream, and sometimes I'm doing something else. But it all depends. I do like to watch them though. Sometimes it's fun. But we'll see. But. We did that when we did those shout-out Fridays. It's hard to be committed every single week when you're really busy. And, so it's just that, we do a lot of things here. And but we try to give you the information, like the true information. We're not trying to be a show or, be glamorous. It's like, this is what really works in real life. And this is what we found, just like your chickens being in a pen. If you don't have them in a pen covered, you will probably lose them to a hawk unless you have tons of trees
or anything else.
And stuff like that.
Raccoons, anything that can get over that fence.
And if you want to grow vegetables in the ground and stuff, if you want to spend your life weeding, that's fine. But we're too lazy because we're older. If you want,
not lazy. It's
it's not just practical.
I'd never be able to run a rototiller one day, picking rocks the next day, planting the next day, and then you spend your whole summer hoeing weeds out of a garden. That's not for somebody that's of our age. When I can take my compost, my soil, and some peat moss, and put it in a cement mixer, let the cement mixer do all the work, and then I dump it in the wheelbarrow and then fill my buckets.
Well, it's just like the guy today. You need to talk to the guy at church about the bucket system. He was doing all this work, rototilling. Like, you don't have to do all that. And see, that's the kind of stuff we want to show you.
Yeah, he was complaining that he thought that he only had to dig down like 2 or 3 inches and he was going to be fine. And so you got to get like 8 inches of good soft soil.
Well, we're older, so we want to tell you the reality. And we also live near the Amish and Mennonites and all those people. And they tell us, we don't do all that. They don't do it either because they don't want to do all that work. They're busy. But it's just like the stuff like, like butchering your own chickens. Why would you butcher your own chickens? The Amish here don't do that. They buy it at the store because it's cheaper. I mean, we're trying to give you the real, so you can pay your bills, have your time.
It's more or less just to stay on top without putting yourself in debt.
Right. It's like we try to live like our grandparents lived. We like to.
We go to the food auction mainly in the summer and fall because once the gardens start coming on, that's when you go to the food auction because everybody's taking their leftover tomatoes and peppers. They take what they want for themselves, but they sell the excess, and we buy the excess, and we put it in canning jars, or we freeze it, and we have it at a very low, cheap rate, and we fill our capacities. And the only thing that I grow in my own garden is stuff that Ruthie and I can't buy cheap. Like tomatoes 2 years ago went real cheap. Last year they were expensive. So we grow our own tomatoes just in case. If we go to the auction, you get them cheap, we just buy up a few and make up salsa and stuff like that. With the extra tomatoes we get there, we buy plums there, we buy watermelons. I think we're going for like $2 a piece for a big watermelon. And
Well, the other,
green beans, you can't grow green beans for, you can buy baskets of green beans for $2-3 with 8-quart baskets, and that's a lot of green beans. And we put up a lot of dilly beans with those. I don't know if you know what dilly beans are, but they're like dill pickles with green beans, and everybody loves them. Kids love them. Rusty loves them.
but what do you think too about keeping rabbits? Money waster?
It's the same with the chickens and everything else, is the cost of the feed.
Right.
The feed is expensive. If you could grow rabbits where you had, you know, you feed them off the grass all summer and then butcher them in the winter, yeah, you probably could do it real cheap. But they have to also have pellets, they have to have salt licks, and you have to keep up on their water bottles.
And there's animals that will come get them. So we like to talk about the practical. Like, we're old enough that our parents and our grandparents were in like the war. They lived through recessions and everything, and all this stuff. In my opinion, about
And the stuff we do is just about the stuff that they did.
well, yeah, but they also do the stuff about trying to be self-sufficient and hide from everybody. Honestly,
Well, you don't need to hide from everybody.
No. But what I'm trying to say is this.
But we've got,
If you pray and stay close to the Lord, if there's a shortage, well, let me finish what I'm saying real quick. It's just like when Elijah was hiding and there was a famine. The birds took the meat from the king's table and brought it to him. God has to take care of you. You will not be able to take care of yourself, and that's just, how do I put it? You should supply and take care of yourself, but to sit there and make your family go bankrupt and try to do all this hard work. Now you have electricity. That's just, in my opinion,
if you like
if that's fun for you,
the
but
way
not,
I see
it's not a money saver.
is
A family builder, maybe. Sorry.
a lot of people, she likes to talk.
I do.
A lot of people
Please don't
like,
take offense at that.
a lot of people like plants like lilac, snowball bush, flowering trees, all well and good, but if you put in like fruit trees, you still get all the flowers.
Right.
The blossoms are beautiful. And at the end of the season, you've got all the fruit. Some years you get overabundant of fruit in one tree, and the next year you may not get anything off that tree. So we've got plum trees, pear trees, apple trees, peach trees, and an apricot tree, plus all the elderberries and gooseberries and things we've got. And they all throw beautiful flowers on them. They're good for the bees. The bees are good for the trees.
Eat the good fruit and feed the rest to the
and
animals.
whatever-
That's not good.
Whatever fruit you harvest, you can or freeze. If they go bad on the tree, you pick them off, throw them out with the chickens, the turkeys.
The rabbits.
The
if
rabbits
you want to
will
do
eat.
rabbits.
But why would you go out and buy? Yeah, they're pretty lilacs, but they don't last any longer than the flowers on the fruit trees. Basically.
And I love my flowers from my
and-
fruit tree.
And this season, the plum trees were loaded with flowers. Now we have nice little plums started. The flowers are gone, but the trees are still there. Same with the lilacs. Once the flowers die off, all you got's a green bush, just like a plum tree. The pear trees are loaded with, they were loaded with blossoms, nice little white blossoms. And now they're loaded with little pears. The apple trees didn't have as many blossoms. They had a few, they were pink blossoms. But we've got apples on those. The peach trees, we were loaded with peaches last year. And I didn't see any blossoms at all come on that this year.
Yeah.
And I don't see any peaches. And the same with the apricot. take it 1 year at a time. I mean, if you get an overabundance like we did with the peaches last year, we used the peaches up, froze them, and did what we could with them and used them all up. We didn't get any plums last year. Now we got plums, you know, it's loaded with little plums. So you just take it season to season, but at least you have that option of having the fruit at the end of the season or mid-season.
And
yeah, go ahead.
if you get new property too, the first thing you plant is your fruit trees.
Yes, always plant your fruit trees first, because you don't, any blossoms and fruit you get on the first year you plant them, you should take that off, because it stunts the tree or even zaps all the strength out of it and kills the tree. So don't let the fruit out till the second year.
And I just want to add this too. I come from the suburbs, and so I learned everything from being with Clay for 7 years. But my mom and my dad and my family came from, grew up in like Lancaster. Clay's been farming for 40 years, and then because I was always in sales.
Well,
and
I wasn't
business,
farming fruit and vegetables.
right? That's true.
I was just doing the birds and
the animals. And logging and yes. But what I guess
well, we still have grapevines, and
right.
the grapes were loaded last fall. We had, and they have beautiful pink flowers on them first thing in the spring. We have the seedless Concord, and we also have the Catawba, which are, they were supposed to be the green ones, but they ended up being the pink, and they have like a grapefruit taste, the little pink ones, so I love those. But I ended up hitting that with a lawnmower last summer, so I didn't get a lot of grapes off of it. But this year it's sprouted right back, so it's good.
But I was saying I've been doing this for 7 years, almost 8, and Clay's been doing this. But it's almost in your blood. You have to love it. You have to love it.
You have to do a lot of research and what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong.
And a lot of times what you hear everybody saying, I hate to say this.
Don't always follow everybody's advice.
It's just like I raise African violets, and some of the best in the industry says, take everything that you learn and throw it out. And I found that I do all kinds of things you're not supposed to do with African violets. I keep them outside, I do different things, and you know, but my African violets aren't doing good because my house is too dark. So I'm kind of praying about what I'm going to do about that.
Well, we have other things. We have 2 hazelnut bushes, and when I put those in, they were just a little stick.
Goju.
The goji.
Goji, yep,
goji berries. But the hazelnuts were just one little stick, and I put them 8 feet apart, and now they're a bush probably 5 feet wide, and I'd say almost 6 feet tall. And it's the 3rd year. Last year being the 2nd year with the hazelnuts, I think we got 2 nuts off of it. This year, the blossoms and that are just loaded on it.
Tell of our secret to growing beautiful flowers. And you'll save a ton of money for years doing it this way. Think about our flowers that the rose garden.
Oh.
Not all of them. Just some of our flowers are like this. Not all of them. Just tell them what we found that we do sometimes.
While you're waiting for the blossoms to come out of the real roses, we put fake roses around them. They really look real.
And I'll tell you a story about this. I have a sister that has she's a businesswoman, because my family's they were all involved with business in Syracuse. Not all of them. My family's all over the country, but so she likes to go shopping, and she gets sick of them. She's like, "Here, Ruthie, do you want them?" She'll give me like these big things of them, and I'm thinking, "Can't put all these in my house. You have nowhere to move." So we plant them.
Well, there was
and we had to give some away.
I had to beautify the front yard because the state put in an ugly old road sign in the middle of my lawn, and it was hard to mow around because I had 2 metal stakes about 2.5 feet apart, so you couldn't mow around the stakes. You had to have something in there where you could mow. So there was a bunch of fake.
Gee, it was a ton of fake.
There was a bunch of fake flowers, so we put the hydrangea, the fake hydrangeas in there. You can't tell they're not real.
She's like, she likes to buy like she loves to decorate and stuff and
I was just gonna dig up around there and put some hostas in there because hostas are a good ground cover.
yeah. But we got tickled. We got laughing at that because we just said, and actually you can't tell.
You can't tell they're not real.
That's what's
And we did the same thing around the
roses.
goju.
Oh, you have the goju and the rose bush.
We put flowers around the bottom of that because all it is just a couple of branches of berries. So we figured I got to mow around it without having to mow too tight. So if I put the fake flowers around there, it'll keep me from mowing right up against the bush until it gets big enough where you don't have to worry about it.
But that's what happens when you get to a certain age and you don't live in developments. It's like you don't care. It's like I've lived it. Did you mow your lawn today?
I don't mow my lawn.
No, but
everybody around here mows their lawn about every other day. I don't do it because when I mow mine, I rake it all up with the pull behind rake for my tractor, and I give all the clippings to the birds. They love it. It's good for them. And
my guinea pigs and rabbit liked it too. They get all excited. They're sweet, sweet,
it's good for the animals.
Because they love it when they're outside and eating, and they have an outside pen, inside pen.
Well, we bored you long enough. It's probably a 20-minute video, if not longer.
We're their family. We can bore our family. You guys are family to us. You know, now you guys are our family. Make sure you say hi to me on Facebook, Ruthie Pople. Clay does not talk on.
I don't do social
He's old
media.
time. He tells me, Ruth, I'll read. This is what so and so said. Oh, he gets all excited. He goes right back to this. Okay.
If somebody asks me a question, Ruthie tells me what the question is. I give her the answer so she can put it on there. It's not that I don't want to talk to you or type. I just don't do social media. This is as close to social media as you're going to get from me. I'm old-fashioned.
He's an old-fashioned dude.
I don't even like talking on the telephone.
He doesn't like. He's old-fashioned. And I was raised by a good German man, so I understand my husband. He's a good man.
I never met your dad, but I know exactly what he was like.
He might seem like he's rough, but he's a good man. He's a good, solid man. Salt of the earth. Right?
We should wrap this up.
I can't have you wrapping tape.
I'm out of scotch tape, too.
Okay, guys. Please say hi to me on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. Ruthie, P-O-P-L-E, Pople.
Or look for Pople Backyard Farm. You'll find us one way or another.
P-O-P-L-E. No, not on Facebook, though. It's Ruthie Pople. Social media is crazy. And it's R47R on Twitter.
We don't normally do one of these just set and talk.
Yeah, we gotta do more of these, because I like talking to people.
Usually we're showing some of the things that are going on or how we do things. I was out in the greenhouse doing some of them. We're trying our luck with growing some fuchsias.
So, and we got a million projects we want to do. And believe me, you will be with us every step. Well, maybe not every step, but most of the steps of the way.
I still got fences I gotta fix too.
I know, you do.
I fixed the one. I gotta fix the second one here. I didn't want to mess with this one because the turkey's laying. I put Storm's old doghouse out in the fence, and the turkey's been laying eggs in it. So
Pray that she sits. Pray that she sits on them.
she may not because she looks like she's only about a year old.
Yeah, she may not.
She may not be that old.
We do have to wrap it up. We're at 29:08. I'm not sure how long it's gonna go.
Yeah, you better do it before it kicks out.
Yeah, I don't let the kick out. So, okay, guys,
Something to do.
we will see you in our next video, live with Ruthie and Clay Pople here at the Pople Backyard Farm.
Join us again. Bye bye.
Bye bye.